What's Gucci fam? It's your girl Key. Okay, let me make sure I ain't no lipstick on my teeth, cause you know that shit be happening. This is story time. My story time today is gonna be about how I wrote a restraining order against the new girl in my class in 3rd grade. Before y'all judge, you know, it's a whole meaning behind it. I was in 3rd grade. Come on now, I'm like what, like how old is that? Like 9, 8, 9. However old I was a child. Like I didn't know what it was. Okay. So there was a new girl that came in our class, and for obvious reasons, I'm not gonna say her name in the video, but we're just gonna give her the name Blueberry, okay? We're gonna name her Blueberry. So Blueberry came in our class. Nobody in the class liked her. She was really annoying, used to talk to everybody, ask a billion questions, know the out of everyone. So me and all my friends, we all ganged up and we all talked about how we didn't like her and we didn't want her in the class. So, you know how on the Fairly Odd Parents, like I was a huge fan of the Fairly Odd Parents. I used to watch that shit all the time. And Timmy Turner, y'all know how Tootie used to be fucking obsessed with him. She used to follow him around and be stuck up his behind every 5 seconds. And you know how he would take a piece of paper and he'd be like, restraining order! My restraining order! Okay, so I didn't know what the heck a restraining order was. I just knew that it kept people away from you. So I was like, all right, okay, here we go. I'm gonna write a restraining order and be like Timmy Turner to get this little bitch like Tootie ass the out of my life. So this is what happened. I go home, right? Get a piece of paper, I write on it, and I was pretty on point. To not know what a restraining order was, I was pretty on point when I wrote this thing. So I wrote on it, Dear Blueberry, you need to stay over 2,000 feet away from me, blank, 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 and blank. Thank you so much. Please sign here, okay? So we're at the car rider line the next day. I'm with all my friends. I'm like, all right, we gonna do this shit? And they're like, yo, we finna do this shit. So I take the paper with me, right? And Blueberry is sitting next to us. I'm like, you know, I tried to be slick. I was a horrible child for this. Oh, Lord God, please forgive me for this. Okay, so I took the piece of paper. I put a line at the bottom of it where she's supposed to sign. But I bent the paper, and on the top of that line, I wrote, put your phone number here. So I gave her the piece of paper. I was like, hey, Blueberry, I really want to call you sometime. You know, I really want to talk to you. She's like, yeah, okay, you want to call me? And I'm like, yeah, just put your phone number and your name right here on this line, right underneath you. She writes on the piece of paper, like right on the line, everything. She's all excited. I feel like such a horrible person when I think about this. Like, oh my God, it was so horrible. Me and all my friends sat up there and laughed at her, and we told her, you signed a restraining order. I feel so frickin' bad now that I think about this. But she was so hurt and upset, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she cried. So she goes home, I go home, a couple days go by, and I went out to dinner with my parents. And I get home, we have a voicemail on the phone or whatever. So my mom listens to the voicemail. It's my freaking teacher. And she's like,
oh, hi, Keondra's mom. We're gonna have to have a meeting because Keondra wrote a restraining order against one of the students in the class, and now she's upset.
So after my mom heard that, she's like, excuse me, what? What you doing writing a restraining order? What you doing writing a restraining order? Do you even know what that is? And I'm like, so needless to say, I got in a lot of trouble for that, okay? So we sit down and had to talk about it. My teacher wanted me, my mom, and the girl's mom to come into her classroom and have a meeting one day to talk about it. So we go into the classroom or whatever for the meeting. And it's me, the girl's mom, and then me and the girl. We're sitting next to each other. And we have this long conversation, just like any other thing where they make you make up and all types of shit and say, oh, you know, I love you so much and blah blah blah, and oh, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it no more. But here, listen, let me tell y'all something else messy that I did before this little meeting. So my teacher told me when we come to the meeting for me to bring the piece of paper that I wrote that she signed on. And I was like, okay. And then I thought to myself, I was like, crap, I can't bring that in. It's really mean. I can't do that. So this is what I did. I took a piece of paper. I wrote another one, right? And instead of saying, you have to stay 2,000 feet away, I put, you have to stay 5 inches away. I wanted to make it a lot less, you know, harsh, so I would get in less trouble. So I write that, and then I take the other one, I rip it up and throw it in the toilet, and I flushed it down the drain. Okay, so when we go to the meeting, my teacher goes, "So Keandra, where's the restraining order that you wrote?" I was like, it's right here. And I gave her the other one. She like, "Well, this is the one that Blueberry signed." And I was like, well, the one she signed, it got wet, so I had to make another one. And then my teacher was like, "What do you mean it got wet?" I was like, "It got wet, it got messed up." So luckily I got out of that little loop, and she believed me, and you know, yeah, so I made up with the girl, told her I was sorry, and that was how it went, man. That was it. I was a horrible child. I was a horrible child. I hope I didn't have lipstick on my teeth in this holiday. So that's my story time, my first story time. If you guys like that and you want some more story times from me, then, you know, comment, say something to me. Like, I need y'all to tell me what you want. I need to hear your voice. Like, you gotta give me your voice, okay? You gotta let me hear you out. Like, come on now, I need to know what y'all want me to post. So y'all, we gonna do some story times and stuff if y'all want to. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know, like, subscribe, do whatever, makes your heart golden and happy, whatever.
I wanna know.
Hey guys, it's Tana Mojo here, and I'm gonna tell you when I got by a toothbrush.
Bye guys, have a great day, have a great night, have a great whatever the you're doing right now, because life. Okay, anyways, okay. We dead!